All right, not the outcome we were looking for tonight, but a great effort there in the end and a big night for both of you. What's your main takeaway for not the third period not ending how we wanted it to?
Yeah, I think we started off really strong. It was a great first period. The second period was a little bit of a struggle bus, and then we came back in the third. But it's just a good learning experience, right? You got to play 60 minutes of hockey. That's a team that's going to try to win this year. So, that's just it's for us to look in the mirror and understand that it takes a full 60 minutes against a good team like that.
What extra roles do you take on as captain in a high emotion, high energy game like tonight?
Well, today I took on the role of most penalty minutes, so that wasn't very good. But no, I think it's on me to smarten up there a little bit. I was pretty dumb, but no, everybody plays a huge piece on our team, right? I don't think I'm any more than anybody else. So we've got everybody firing on all cylinders. Everybody's a huge impact.
A big second goal for you there in the night. How does the crowd's reaction and energy amplify your game or change how the team plays forward?
Yeah, I know it's definitely good when we get the crowd into it. I think just it helps. I think it just gives us a boost of energy, throughout the game. When the crowd's into it, we play better, and when we play better, the crowd gets louder. I think we just kind of read off each other there, and it's really nice when the hive gets going.
That one was assisted by Pickle. He's new to the team. How is he fitting in with the group so far?
Yeah, I know Pix has been great with us. He's a great guy. I think he's gelled really nice with the boys, and we're happy to have him.
I know there's no moral victories. It's a loss is a loss. But what can you take from this game into tomorrow's contest in Flint?
I think our third period desperation that we can take in to tomorrow's game, knowing that we have to play, like Fish said, a full 60 all night. And if we can, use that effort that we had in the third, I think we'll be just fine.
And talk a little bit about Easton Wallace's first career goal. He had, obviously, the first one didn't go as well away, but got a second chance and made it count. And we've seen that over the past couple of games, all the young guys starting to contribute. Talk a little bit about his effort tonight.
Yeah, I know. It's really good for him to get his first goal, get the first one out of the way. It was a great play by him. Good stick on the penalty kill. I think it's just, weight off your shoulders. You get a little more comfortable, and I think it's really good for him.
Fish, we'll go back to you. What was it like, NHL camp, coming back, being there and kind of witnessing that and being part of it?
Yeah, it was really cool, right? Like, I think as much as I love being a hockey player, it's it's a blessing to get to be one. Like, I'm as big a fan of the game as well too, right? So getting to be in the locker room with all those guys I've looked up to for a really long time, like Cam Fowler. He's a Michigan guy. I looked up to him for a lot of years. We actually had the same minor hockey coach too, which is pretty funny. And just to actually get to be around him and talk to those guys, and for them to treat me like one of their own was really cool.
Beckham, back to you. Seems to be a bigger emphasis being put on getting those pucks to the net and turning and making plays towards the net this year. You guys have been successful scoring more goals this year. Has there been a bigger emphasis from the coaching staff put on that this year and trying to generate more offense?
Yeah, I know. I think you got to I think we just got to get pucks on net more. Obviously, like you said, you can't score if the puck's not going towards the net, and we just got to keep crowd in the net like we have been. I think we almost did that at the end of the game, but just funneling pucks to the net is a big thing for us.
Lukas, back to you. I mean, since the last time you've been here, you've been up to camp a couple of times with the Blues. I mean, how does your game now compare to where it was just a few months ago when last season ended?
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta hope that you get a little bit better, right? Like, you gotta hope. I don't know. I think that I'm the type of guy that takes it one day at a time. I don't like to look in the past. I don't like to look too far into the future. So, as long as tomorrow is better than yesterday, then I'm satisfied with that.
I guess Beckham, about Lukas, I mean, what is it like having him back in the lineup now after missing him for those first couple of games?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What is it like having Lukas back in the lineup now after missing him for those first couple of games?
Yeah, I know it's huge having Fish back in the lineup. He's he's our captain. He's one of the best players, if not the best player on our team, and I think it's huge having him on the back end. He really he locks down there, and he's just a huge part of our team.
I guess last question for either of you. You both mentioned kind of learning to, play that full 60 tonight. I mean, obviously the guys already know that. I mean, how do you sort of get away from that and not be having that full 60?
Yeah, good question. I think, it's tough, right? It's early in the year. The first weekend doesn't really go your way. And then last weekend, probably seemed a little bit better than it was, right? Like, I think the Sudbury game, they had a little bit of a pushback. Flint game even more so, they had a little bit of pushback, right? So for when I guess we get into those situations, like, it's easy to look at the really good things, right? Like that Flint game, if that was Niagara, they probably would have came back and made that a lot closer of a game, right? So it's just understanding that even when we're playing against teams like Flint or teams like Sudbury that don't have their guys back or they're not as strong, it's you just got to find a way to step on their throats, you know?